Evening guys, hope everyone is good tonight. Before I get into the charts, I just want to say a big thank you to all the new subscribers. This channel is relatively new, so for it to be growing as fast as it is, it's very much appreciated. But let's get into the charts. So let's look at the big picture. We've got Bitcoin moving up. When everyone was bearish, when everyone was freaking out, we were just looking at the charts and then deciding what's happening. Now, for anyone that hasn't been watching or is new to the channel, we have these charts that no one is even talking about. We have the head and shoulders, the inverse head and shoulders. That's come up, and that's the neckline. And this is simply a breakout of a very multi-year bullish pattern. And it's come back and retest. Now, if we look into this information a wee bit, these charts a little bit closer, this dotted line, is the neckline. It's also filled the CME gap. It's retested the neckline, and also the 50-week EMA. I mean, this is a very critical EMA for the bull market support. So as you can see, it breaks out, it holds up, retests, holds, and it's come down, and it's retested there. Why we were confident that we're going to get a bounce here, because there's so many factors. We had the 50% level of this major range, we had the CME gap retracing, and we had the retest of the neckline, plus we have the 50 EMA there. That's 4 factors. So it's like if you drive a car through a wall. You know, the car might go through one wall, but if it's harder to go through 2 walls, it's harder to go through 3 walls, and for a car to go through 4 walls, it's difficult. So we're expecting a good bounce from here. So the macro picture for us at Crypto Breakout is, this is a bullish breakout and it's a retest. And one of the good things about it was there was so much bearish sentiment on this. Granted, we haven't made it up yet, we haven't broken out yet, but it's shown very good signs so far. But we had all these factors converging around this area, plus we had very negative sentiment, which adds another factor of why we want to go long. So that is the big picture. We've got the head and shoulders retest, we've got the CME gap closed, we've got the retest of the bull market support on the RSI as well. So let's go into the daily. Now, on the daily, let's just see if I can clean up some of these lines for us. I'll take this off first. So on this chart, I use trend lines to measure the parabolic blow-off move. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I'm actually looking to set the 4th, but I'm just keeping this to the side now. When we were talking about the daily yesterday, how bearish was everyone? And a couple of days before, everyone was it was at the peak. But what we noticed was we had RSI divergence. The price was making a lower low, and the RSI was making a higher high. This is bullish divergence, meaning there was a bullish move coming soon. We also noticed with price going down further, the fear didn't go down further. So we had divergence on price and fear. Price was going down further, but fear was holding up. So this gave us 2 divergent factors that we were aware of on the daily, thinking, yeah, this is looking good. Now, we are now back into this main trend, which is a very good sign. This main trend measuring the parabolic blow-off move is 1, 2, 3 taps. 1 wick through, another tap, and 1 wick through, and now we're above. Now, we need a daily close above. That's a good start, but ideally we want a weekly close above. Because this weekly close above, this will mean this is a fake out, which is even better, because when price pushes down and fakes people out thinking it's going to go down this way and gets back into range or into trend, we're expecting a bigger move the opposite way. So seeing bullish divergence on this price breaking down, I was thinking this might just slip back into trend and move up, but again, it's still early, but we're showing good signs of recovery. Now, liquidations. As you can see, for the last 2 weeks, I don't know where they've got the money from, but everyone has been smashing in the longs relentlessly and getting liquidated. And now, finally, we are starting to see a short squeeze. So just in the last 24 hours, you can see prices moved all the way up, liquidating all the shorts. If we look on the 7-day, you look how big this move is. You know, we've liquidated everyone in the last 24 hours on the short squeeze. So, but look on the 7-day, look how much is still stacked there. So if the market's decided they've had enough of pushing the price down, they've taken enough liquidity off everyone, they've drained everyone here, now it's time to move it up. So let's look at the heat map. Our first targets are going to be 84 and 85,000. If we look at the 3 days, you can see this. The purple 0, the bright yellow is 82. This is a range depending on how much liquidity is on each level. It usually changes with the timeline. You can see now, once I move to the weekly, the yellow's worth 120. So we've got our 85 price target, and now we've got our 87 price target. So we've got our 85, which is roughly here, and we've got our 87 here. Now I've marked off the major ones because I like that 87. That gets us back up to this trend line, which is good. Now from there, if we open up the 2 weekly, we will now start seeing the 87, but we've also got a big target up here, 95. So we've added in 95 as a second liquidation level. Now let's go into the monthly and see if there's any bigger targets that we can get. What do we see? The one right up 100,000. 100,000, a nice psychological level as well. So that's our 3 targets for liquidity. Now, this is a potential reversal coming into play as we speak, so we still need to get above some key levels here. For example, the 9 daily EMA and the 200 daily EMA, that will be a good start. Now if we come up for this liquidation, that means we're above this, and we just need to hold above it. And then from there, if we break out for this liquidity, we'll be reaching above the 50% level of this move, hitting this liquidity and likely to go up further. And once we get up to 100,000, if we get that far, it'll then decide, is it breakout or is it not? But for me, we're going to get up here, and if we break out into this, you know, we might get a wee reversal because it's hit the 50% and there's some resistance, so it comes down, gathers its thoughts, gets its pace again, has a breather, moves up, takes through that, and now we're at the 100,000. Now the 100,000 level, it's been an absolute psychological battle there, so it might not just break straight through, it might range a wee bit. But eventually, I think we're going higher. And once we break out of 100,000, I don't think it's going to be slowing down. In terms of the cycle, in terms of the price action, in terms of the fake out, in terms of everything that's happened with the sentiment, if we can get up to 100,000 and break 100,000, that is us off, and we are going to be setting up the 4th move, the 4th angle. Here. And we'll be looking to set that up. So right now, guys, let's have a look at the global liquidity as well, just so I can show you this. Let me just set up the chart a little bit, guys, bear with us. So, anyone that hasn't seen this, this is global liquidity. Now, this is when all the central banks around the world will be printing money, adding money into the economy, or removing money. When you add money, the liquidity goes up. When you take away money from the economy, price goes down. Now, Bitcoin and liquidity work together. The more liquidity there is, the more money in the market, the more price goes up. There's more money spared for people to buy Bitcoin. Now, we've got this coming up as it does. It's come down here. And we've talked about this before, guys. Global liquidity is coming. And it's going to be a good move when it happens. 2 seconds, guys. Let me just try and pull this into view for you. Okay. So, you see it's followed liquidity down, and now liquidity is moving up. The price will follow that. And you see the bottom of this is at the peak of this wedge. So, when this breaks out, the price has to break out on this wedge. It can't just stay in there. Price continues moving, so it'll break out either up or below. Right now, we have all the liquidity above for a short squeeze. We also have global index, the global liquidity, showing us it's all increasing. And this started in January. There's normally an 11-week lag. So we have just used an offset of 75 days to get this here. If I just quickly show you. So this is when global liquidity started. You can see. But it takes around 3 months, 11 weeks for when price starts moving up for it to get into our system of the Bitcoin world. It needs to go through the system, go through the banks, get into people's hands for them to buy it. But if you shunt it on, excuse me, 11 weeks, you can see it tracks it well. And now that's going up. So we've got the short squeeze above, we've got global liquidity up, we've got bullish divergence, we've got everyone scared, and we've got the cycle lows that should be in. So everything's shaping up, guys. I'm bullish. I have been bullish. Even when everyone at the top or everyone at the bottom now scaremongering and scared, because they're generally feeling scared. See, these YouTubers, they're generally scared, so they're making the video of being scared. I am just analysing the charts and the data, and I'm putting forward a case of, okay, this is what I think this data is saying, so this is how I'm going to bet the market going up or down. And for me, I think the market's going up. We're going to, if we get back into trend after a fake out with this market going up, we're going to see a very violent move up. Now, might take some time. We're going to have to range a wee bit, I think, to get around here. Might be slowly recovering, but once this move happens, probably start of April, end of March, start of April, once this move happens, we're going to see things moving fast. So, stay with it, guys. We're almost there. And once this starts moving up, we're going to forget all this pain ever happened. And then from there, we're going to use my system to get us out near the top so all of us can make money together. If you like these updates, guys, please like and subscribe. I do these updates every single day, around about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 7 to 9 o'clock UK time, and I put them out every single day without fail. So even though the market's going crazy, at least you've got a consistent, honest voice in this market where I can at least help to guide you, and then you can make a decision if you want to listen or not. Okay, guys, thank you very much, and thank you again for the new subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Cheers, guys.